call Best Practices, and that's the series that we're coupling with Connect Month this year, talking about those things that will truly long range change our lives and change our lives together. So we're talking about community today, about friendship, and one of the things I've done is I've invited 4 people to share with us a little bit about how it has been meaningful for them to be in a small group. And I'm going to try to dodge a few microphones and things like that. And I've asked each of them just to share a slice of how being in a small group has been meaningful to them. And this is Kathy. Kathy, share with us.
Okay. A few years ago, I became single again, and I was looking at the aspect of joining a small group, but I was very hesitant because I felt like small groups were primarily for married couples. Someone invited me to join their group, which I did. And yes, there are married couples in the group, but there's also a group of single people. This group has become like a second family to me. Not only do we study God's Word through the koinonia questions that are in the bulletin each week, but we definitely support each other, encourage each other, and if there's a need, someone comes up to the plate and takes over and makes sure that that need's taken care of. During the summer when the groups are taking their break, we don't. We find every and any excuse to get together, whether it be a breakfast on a Saturday, lunch after church, a swim party, a barbecue, someone's birthday. In fact, yesterday afternoon we were in the mountains having a picnic. This group means a lot to me. It has impacted my life as far as my walk with the Lord. I'm grateful for each member in the group, and I'm thankful that I'm part of a small group.
Thank you, Kathy. By the way, my birthday was last month, so if you'd like to have a party for me, you're welcome to. Adam, how about you? How has it been meaningful?
Well, the small group has really helped me to grow in my relationship with Christ, because when I first came to this church about 3 years ago, I came from a small town and a real small church, and I was really heavily involved. When I got here, it was so big, I was like overwhelmed and didn't know anybody. And so for about a year, I wasn't involved in anything. And I felt like my spiritual life was just plateauing and wasn't growing. And so my wife encouraged me to go to a men's koinonia group, and started going to that. And after a couple of weeks, I've really it's been a couple of years now that I've been going, and the Lord has really showed me that in order to grow in Him, I need to be daily in His Word and have a daily prayer life with Him, and that's really helped me to grow in my relationship with Christ.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam. Marta, share with us how being in a small group has been meaningful to you.
For us, it's been a place for our family where we can all be together, Mark, Rachel, and I, and an intimate way to worship God. And it's been a way for Mark and I to be able to worship together daily as we get prepared for the lesson. And it's just been a place for him to find some accountability and some support.
That's awesome. So you guys get to open up the studies that come out in the worship folder each week, and you get to do them together during the week.
Yes.
Very nice. Very cool. Steve, tell us about your story.
Well, I was going through a pretty huge spiritual crisis, and didn't come to church at Trinity. I actually came to a small group first, a small group Bible study. And there were people that didn't just own Bibles, but they actually opened them up, read them, studied them, kind of revolutionary. And it was just life-changing for me. And at the same time, my marriage fell apart, and found that Trinity and these small groups just turned out to be my family. So, huge support.
Interesting convergence of the Lord in each of your situations has not only helped you find a place where you have friendships and depth of relationships, caring for one another, connecting with one another, but also growing in some way. That's a wonderful convergence. Thank you guys for sharing today. Appreciate it.